All right, guys, finally we have some big news coming out of the LCS. Here we have from LEC Wooloo himself, sources Cryogen set to join Flyquest in the LCS. Again, this is going to be Flyquest's new support for the 2026 season. This is going to be the man with the crazy, insane, really difficult task of replacing Busio on Flyquest, which, is going to be very, very difficult, but obviously, it's going to be a long-term thing. You can't have sky-high expectations right off the bat or whatever, but this is the guy for Flyquest. This is a very, very big deal, a very, very big story. Cryogen, the highly anticipated 18-year-old prospect, will jump NACL and make his way directly to the LCS, replacing Busio. Again, this is not a guy that I'm super familiar with, but from what I see, on Twitter and Reddit and stuff so far, people seem pretty excited about this. But obviously, this is also somebody that the Flyquest staff and management and everyone believes in a lot as well. And I think people really do trust them, especially in terms of developing talent and being able to scout out talent and stuff like that. So after a period of extensive tryouts, Cryogen has been selected as the new starting support for Flyquest. Sources close to Sheep Esports said the former Dark Zero Dragonsteel player will make his League of Legends Championship Series LCS debut in 2026. Cryogen also had options to play in the ERLs, notably with G2 Esports Academy, pretty interesting, but chose to join the LCS instead. Again, so we've seen people like Yukino, turning down Flyquest to stay in the ERLs, but here you have Cryogen who's joining Flyquest over, going to the ERLs instead. Cryogen is the final piece of the puzzle of a roster assembled by ThinkHard. He's also the second recruit of the team after Griffin. Flyquest stayed true by supporting young and promising talent and preserving AD carry Masu and mid laner Quad, who still have another year in their contract. So yes, while this is a rebuild, Flyquest is still hanging on to a core of very, very talented players. And again, Cryogen, however good or bad he's going to be, obviously I'm sure there's going to be some rust and some inexperience and stuff like that. He's still getting to pair up with Masu, who has obviously proven to be a pretty talented player himself. And I'm sure he'll hopefully be able to help not only him develop and find his way in the LCS, but also be a pretty formidable bot lane at the same time. Flyquest wanted to extend Busio as their support, but the plan fell through after the American-Polish player chose an offer from KC. As previously reported by Sheep Esports, with their original plan thwarted, Flyquest explored various support opportunities, but were mainly eyeing Cryogen. He was the only support chosen to participate in the in-person tryouts. Cryogen started his young career in 2023. This isn't the first time the team and player crossed paths. After showings in extensive combines and scouting by Flyquest and ACL, he was given a chance to become a substitute in Flyquest NZXT, then competing in North America Challengers League, though he didn't play an official game. This year, Cryogen finally debuted in NACL, where he featured in 8 matches during Split 1 before being let go. He recently represented Milk Esports, where he failed to qualify to 2026 NACL Split 1, but won ACL 2025 Summer, a Tier 2 competition. Flyquest seemed to have closely monitored Cryogen's meteoric rise in the North American League of Legends scene. Besides his time in NZXT, he helped Flyquest prepare before LTA North Split 2 finals, which they went on to win. The 18-year-old player will mostly skip NACL and will look to make a statement with the defending champion. So again, that Flyquest reported roster for 2026 is going to be Gatghost in the top lane, Griffin, Quad, Masu, and Cryogen, and again, coached by ThinkHard. So a new look Flyquest in 2026 for sure, and yes, there is going to be some rebuilding and some growing pains for sure, but at the same time, like I said, they do still have a very, very talented core of players in Quad and Masu, and some very promising talent all around them, and there's still, going to be a world where Flyquest is able to make some damage in the LCS in 2026, but also a way where, the future is still really, really bright for Flyquest and for their fans. So we'll have to wait and see how this happens. Again, I don't personally know a lot about this guy, but I'm super, super excited to see how, talented he is and how well he develops and performs over the next couple of years. I trust the Flyquest management, so we'll have to see how this thing goes. But Flyquest does have their new support for 2026. Pretty big story, so I wanted to get out to you guys. Pretty much it for this video today. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. Until then, peace.